Mischief and Mayhem. On December 27th, we are going to have a Mars and Mercury conjunction where they meet up in the sky at the same time, and it's going to be squaring Neptune. So what does this mean? Well, this means that Mars is the planet of assertion, it's aggression, it's action, and it's meeting up in the sky at exactly 24 degrees with the Lord of Mischief, Mercury. Mercury in astrology is associated with communication, intellect, and it's the way that we process information. In Greek mythology, Mercury is often considered the god of mischief. He was cunning, he was a mischievous deity, he was associated with pranks and trickery and the art of persuasion. Mercury's playful and clever nature made him the symbol of wit and unpredictability. Mercury's influence extends to all various forms of communication. This includes our handwriting, our speaking, our listening, even our body language. It governs the way we express our thoughts and our ideas, as well as our ability to process information and to make sense of the world around us. So Mercury's pretty darn important. We need to remember that Mercury is currently retrograde, and this energy is often linked to communication and technology challenges, misunderstandings, delays that work us to rethink, review, rewind, revise, all of those rewords when Mercury is stationed retrograde. So when we combine the energies of Mars and Mercury connecting up in the sky, we also get these impulsive words and actions. So bring in this square aspect of Neptune. Neptune is the planet of illusion. It brings the difficulty in sorting out what is truth and what is reality. Squares are these energies that need to be recognized, like a force of awareness. It's a time to wrestle with the events in order to integrate the different energies personally for you in your chart. Welcome, I'm your astrologer Patricia Tate, and this is your Mars-Mercury conjunction astrology forecast. So let's dive in. So for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, I would like to say that this was going to be easy, but this is not. As an Aries Rising, Mars is your chart ruler, and currently they're meeting up at the sky at 24 degrees in your 9th house. So your 9th house is foreign people, places, things. It's publishing, it's the law, it's legal matters. It is cross-cultural experiences, it's teaching, taking classes, taking workshops. It is covering all types of philosophies, beliefs, prophetic dreams and visions, and it's foreigners. It's long distance travel. So we have Mars in this sign saying, I want to initiate this, I want to go here, I want to take this class, I want to dive into this spirituality, I want to have this published. And Mercury, thoughts and ideas, but retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius, of universities and philosophy and seeing the bigger picture. This is a culmination of where things can go wrong, because it represents everything that has to do with you, your body, your thoughts, your ideas, your habits, your strength. It's your chart ruler. It's your demeanor. It is your appearance, your personality. You are really going to take this personally. It is squaring Neptune. Neptune is in your 12th house. The 12th house is the house of our fears. It's the house of hidden enemies, our subconscious mind. It's where we go to rest and retreat. And it's also the house of undoing. And so dreams and intuition, everything is being blurred. Everything is foggy about what you think that you know, because it's lack of information. It's you not having all the information to make things crystal clear. You wanting to move forward with things. You wanting to make a decision about some things. You going back over things. This could be like, I'm going to go back into that class, or I want to study that more. I want to understand that more. Or something with publishing, or something with the law. You diving into it, but not being given all the facts to make the necessary decisions. And on this day, it's just going to culminate, and it's a storm. And so with the storm being a square of confusion, it's going to be this time. I think of the Taylor Swift song, like, I'm the problem, it's me. Know that when you have frustrations on this day, it will be because of you wanting to have all the facts and information to move forward, wanting really to push and move forward with some things, but not being able to reach the right people or not being able to get the right information, and then having anger or frustration and these fiery, hot, bursty moments of wanting to lash out. So I encourage you to stop, pause, breathe, and try to work around all of this information. Also know that everybody else is going to be feeling this on this same day. Not necessarily in the same area of their chart, but they are part of the problem of confusion, of having the right information. So Aries, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my forecast videos that are specific to major transits. I invite you to join me live at 6 p.m. Tuesdays, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. And for an in-depth reading of your chart, please, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, Mars and Mercury, they're in your 8th house. Remember, Mars, passion, drive, ignition, where you want to move forward. Mercury, all thoughts and ideas. But this is in your 8th house of shared resources. This is really you wanting to dive forward with some complications or redo some things that have to do with joint ventures, taboo topics. You are really wanting to talk to people about shared resources, meaning alimony, child support, debt, wills, taxes, anything that you literally share with other people. Now, the problem comes with Neptune. Neptune is in Pisces, all watery, all intuitive, in your 11th house of these are my hopes, my wishes, my dreams, my goals. And it's really clouding some things with who you are moving forward with or who you have these contractual obligations with. These can be family members if you have debt or wills or things that you have these shared resources with family members. These could be business partners and just not being on the same page. This can also be with partners. This can be with exes where you have this alimony and child support or contracts that you have with a significant other. It literally is the house of shared resources. So you have to look at this and say, where do I share resources with other people? Where do I want to have more clarity, more information? Where do I want to move forward with things? Jupiter is the sign of expansion, and I'm ready to move forward with some of these things. And Mars is ready to do it now. Mars is very assertive and driven, and this is you wanting to take the bull by the horns and make some things happen for your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, your goals, your networking ability, you wanting to connect with other people to make some things happen for yourself. The problem is Mercury's retrograde, and that all of this is you lacking the right information to make some decisions that are crystal clear that would be benefiting everybody. It's you don't have all the information on the table in order to make these decisions. So I'm encouraging you to please stop and pause and hold off on this, because it's been brewing the second half of December, and this is the day that it's kind of now going to manifest and expand itself. So Taurus, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out the other forecast videos on major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For an in-depth reading of your chart, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. For Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, I would like to say that this was going to be an easy transit for you, but it is really a difficult one because it's going to affect not only you. Remember that your chart ruler is Mercury. Every time Mercury stations direct or retrograde, you feel it internally with yourself, your body, your strength, your habits, your vitality, your self-expression, your body, and your home, your family, your roots, your foundation. It literally is the foundation of which you build upon, meaning your home, your family, your past, or your traditions, and a reflection of you. So when Mercury goes retrograde, you feel it in multiple areas of your life. So Mars and Mercury are in your 7th house of partnership, relationship. The 7th house is where you have these contracts and these promises. It's where we have these negotiations that go on between people. It is I call it the 1+1 house. It is you with a business partner, you with a marital partner, you with a best friend, you with a significant other, you with your clients, you with open enemies, and you with exes. It's anybody that you have to have these or choose to have these partnerships or these relationships that you connect with on a daily basis. And so Mars, initiatory, wanting to push forward. I want to make this happen, and I want to make it happen now. I want to expand it now. Mercury is like, you could be negotiating contracts. You could be going back over. This could be somebody from a past coming back into your life. Remember that the 7th house, since it is partners and relationships, it could be bringing these people back into your life. And this affects your home. This affects who you are. The trouble comes from the square to Neptune. In your 10th house, Neptune is in your 10th house of authority figures. It's the house of your career, of how you want to be seen, what you want to achieve, your professional life, your ambitions, your reputation. It is honors and rewards. It's you being seen in the outside world. And so the square comes in that you don't have all the information, and this could be other people saying some things to you. It's angry words, it's angry actions, and this is things can be taken the wrong way, and it will affect you in multiple ways. Because this could be authority figures, this could be you getting upset with a boss or a police officer or somebody in the government, or somebody who is above you where you work. There is this confusion that just hear me out. And so I'm reminded of the Taylor Swift song, "I'm the Problem, It's Me," because it is. You have to take this in and say, okay, I'm the problem, it's me, because I don't have all the facts. I don't have all the information. I need to stop, pause, breathe, and I need to take a step back before I get upset with this partner, get upset with this significant other, get upset with this client. There is fogginess. Neptune is bringing this unclear information and clouding some things. And so wait for this to blow over before you, wait for it to move on. It's been building since the middle of December. And so now is like this climax moment of, I have been holding this in and I am just frustrated and I want to move forward. So I'm encouraging you to put the brakes on that for just a little bit, and then this will smooth past, because you don't want to have to go back later and apologize for your actions, because this is one of those times where you might want to say, well, if you'd have just told me. That's what Neptune is testing your patience at this point. So Gemini, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my other forecasts on major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For an in-depth reading of your chart, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, Mars and Mercury are in your 6th house of where you give of yourself to other people, your daily habits. It's the house of where you give service. It's the balance between your work and your home. It's your mental, physical, spiritual, psychological health, well-being. It's the house of pets. It's self-care. It's your diet. It's your nutrition. It can also be your workplace. It's mentors and guides. And so Mars wants to initiate. Mars wants to get out there and make some things happen, because it's in the sign of Sagittarius. It's, I see the picture. I want to move forward with this. And Mercury has you stopping and slowing down and going back over some things, redoing some things. This could be going back over an exercise routine or going back over health goals. This could, it definitely has something to do with your daily habits. So this could be literally you hurting yourself and saying, like, I pushed it too far. I am Mars rules over the top of your chart, your 10th house of your career, your legacy, authority figures. So there could be some issues that come up with authority figures or with a mentor or with a guide, and definitely miscommunication. Neptune, the square to Neptune is in your 9th house. Your 9th house is foreign people, places, things, cross-cultural connections to the outside world. It's the house of publishing and journaling and education and spirituality. It's the house of legal matters and adventure. And this is going to be, I want to move forward with this. I want to do this. Maybe I want to take this class, or I want to dive into the spirituality. I'm ready to fix some things about myself, or I'm ready to start making this a daily practice. And there's going to be this moment. Well, actually, it's been building. It started mid-December, and it's been building up until this point. And so now it's exact. And so this moment is anger and frustration, and I can't believe this, and I wanted to do this, and why do I not have all the facts? I want to have this published. I want to take this class. What is all the confusion? Why do we have all these technology glitches? I want to remind you of the Taylor Swift song, "I'm the problem, it's me." Anybody who acts out on this day, it's you acting out because of frustration and anger and lack of information. So I'm encouraging you to stop, pause, and breathe. This is a hot point this day where everybody can be angry and want to lash out and not have all the facts in order to make a good decision. And what happens is later it's one of those, well, why didn't you tell me? Well, I didn't know. So if you can stop that moment so you don't have to insert your foot into your mouth and then eat crow later, I would encourage you to slow down and pause and know that everybody is feeling this, and that since Mercury's retrograde, I have to be cautious about the emails and the phone and the text and the messages that I'm sending, the technology, because there's something that's lost in the translation during this transit. All right, so Cancer, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out the video forecasts that are specific to major transits. Join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. Sun and Leo rising. Mars and Mercury, this conjunction is occurring in your 5th house. The 5th house is what brings you pleasure, what brings you joy. This can be children, it can be childlike activities, it can be a lover, it can be art, music. It is the house of where we take risks. It's the house of gambling. It is excitement, recreation, pleasure. It's your hobbies. It's you wanting to move forward, start some things, and do some things. Now, it isn't a trine to who you are as a Leo rising, but that's adding fuel to the fire of, I want to be heard. I want to move forward with this. Now, Mercury going retrograde might have you going back and looking at a project that you have started, or have something to do with your children coming back into the house, back into your home, or back into your life where it's causing some difficulties, or a lover, miscommunication there. This could have you, since this is the house of creativity and giving birth to things, it's not necessarily giving birth to children, it's giving birth to something that you find pleasure and joy in, and that it's creation. And so there is this frustration with a square to Neptune. Neptune is in your 8th house of your shared resources. There is some kind of disconnect or miscommunication or tension point with people that you have these shared resources or these joint ventures with. This could be family members with contracts that have been like debt and wills that have been that from family members. This could also be with marital partners or business partners. Since the 8th house is the house of deep connections and joint ventures and shared resources, this can be alimony and child support. So it can be an ex. This could be with your marital partner or business partner of something that you want to create, or something that has to do with the children, or something that has to do with a project, or something that has to do with you wanting to take a risk and maybe they are not. The energy of this started around mid-December and has just been building. So I'm encouraging you to stop and pause on this day, because it's like the Taylor Swift song. I'm the problem, it's me. The problem will be you because of not having all the facts in place in order to make the decisions that you want to make. You are wanting to move forward. You are wanting to initiate. You are ready. It's like somebody is holding you back, like horses at the gate ready to push forward, and you don't have all the facts. Neptune is making everything like foggy and unclear. And before you move forward, there's going to be these tension points of, I need to have all the facts and all the details before I make a decision about this contract that we have together, or these negotiations, or these ventures that you want to start with other people, or something that has to do with your children or a lover. All right, so Leo, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my astrology forecast videos on major transits. Join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, I would like to say that this is going to be an easy transit for you. But you, Gemini, Aries, like, you are some of the few that it's really going to hit the hardest. Okay, so you are a Virgo rising, and your chart ruler is Mercury. It not only it rules who you are as yourself, your identity, how people see you, your personal goals, your habits, your strength, your vitality. It also is the chart ruler of your career, your legacy, of how people see you in the outside world. It's your 10th house of your professional life, your reputation, authority figures. It's you being seen in the outside world. So whenever Mercury stations retrograde, you feel it in two different areas of your life: who you are, and through your career or your legacy, or your ambitions of where you want to make your mark on society. So Mercury is retrograde, and now it's meeting up with Mars in your 4th house of home, your family, your roots, your foundation. The 4th house is the house where we have real estate and property. It's traditions, it's genealogy, it's people who feel like family, or it is your family. It's those people that shape you. And so there is something that's going on that has to do with you want to move forward, to expand some things, to be talking about all of these topics. And Mercury is really making things unclear and foggy, and it's squaring Neptune. Neptune is in your 7th house of your business partner, or your significant other, or your best friend, and it's also the house of one-on-one with clients. And so this is the 4 major areas of your life. You in the outside world of how you want to be known, activating some things that have to do with your home, your genealogy, your traditions, your family, your wanting to expand some things, and what does home look like. And it's squaring Neptune. That's your partner. That is your best friend, and this is you wanting to move forward and do some things, but it's clear. It is not clear. It is foggy. It is unclear as to, you don't have all the facts in order to move forward with things that you want to do, things that you want to initiate. Neptune currently in your 7th house is like, around mid-December, some things started to become a little foggy, and there were these tense moments, and it's just building that has to do with family and things that are going on at home, especially during the holidays. And so this is the point where they both culminate at 24 degrees, and it literally squares your partner. And this is like lashing out and being angry with clients, angry with your best friends, angry with your business partner, angry with your significant other about something that is going on with your home. Now, I'm reminded of the Taylor Swift song that I'm the problem, it's me. Know that it will be. It will be you that is lashing out because you don't have all the right information. It's a time that you need to slow down and integrate what you have, and that not everything is moving at the pace that you want to. And so it's practicing patience. And so I'm encouraging you to stop, pause, and breathe, and take the time to ask the right questions. Do not lose your patience, because it will be a direct reflection on frustration and anger and saying things that you don't mean, or that you will be sorry that you said later with those that matter most to you. So for Virgo, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my other forecast videos on major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. Libra Sun and Libra Rising. Mercury and Mars, this conjunction is occurring in your third house of communication. Now, communication for you, naturally, Libra, you are natural communicators. I call you the social butterfly of the zodiac because you're pollinators. You go from one person to another and you're gathering information. You actually listen and you take in the information and you connect other people. And so Mercury in your third house is stationing retrograde, meaning the people that you are communicating with, the email, the phone, the text, the people that you talk with or share information with openly on a day-to-day basis, those are going to be the ones that are going to be affected the most. We have Mars being very fiery and initiatory of demanding, and why do I not have all this information, and why do you not understand? This should be crystal clear. I've only said it a dozen times. And so it's in a square with Neptune. Neptune is in your sixth house of the balance between your home and your work, and it's your daily habits. It's what you do literally on a daily basis. It's mentors and it's guides. This could be you lashing out at a mentor or a guide. This is where we take good care of ourselves, or lack of taking good care of ourselves. The sixth house is the house of our nutrition and our health. And so you could be literally irritated at the person in the yoga class or the meditation class, or upset with a mentor or a guide that there's a miscommunication about taking time off, or wanting to speak with them, or wanting to meet up with them, or wanting to reconnect. The sixth house is the house of where we suffer sickness, but it's also self-care. And so there could be this miscommunication of you wanting to tap back into needing to take good care of yourself, and somebody else not understanding how they're taking away of all of your energy, and you're feeling like it's draining you. And I want you to use caution with the words that you choose, because the energy has been manifesting since the middle of December, and it's been picking up and picking up and picking up. And with all the close contact that we've had with holiday parties or gatherings or just networking with other people, this is a lot of energy, and now it's like building up, and it's angry words, and it can be venomous. And so Libra, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. I want you to remember that the Taylor Swift song, that I'm the problem, it's me, because this will be your fault because lashing out with lack of information. So stop, pause, and breathe, and get through this transit before you act out and then have to go back and apologize. Now, for more, please check out my other videos that are specific to major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology readings. And for an in-depth reading of your chart, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. To get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. Sun and Scorpio rising. Mercury and Mars are now together in your second house. Now, the second house is your self-worth. It's your cash. It's your property. These things are very, very important to you. The second house is your salary. It's your income. It's your possessions. It is your attitude towards money and resources. It's your movable property. It's your values. It's your opinions. And so all of those topics are going to be hot buttons for you with how you're communicating. Now, Mars has you going back over, Mars and Mercury here have you going back over your finances, your resources, personally, these things to you. And Mars is wanting to initiate some changes. Mercury has you going back over them, but it's retrograde, and it's what's going on here. Things are a little foggy, things are confusing, because Mercury and Mars are square to Neptune in your fifth house. Now, the fifth house is where you take risks. It's where we gamble. It's our lovers. It's our children. It's where we find joy and we create projects, like something that has to do with poetry or music or art. The fifth house is how we express ourselves with hobbies. And so I'm encouraging you to stop and pause before you take any major risks or investments on this day. Do not be conned by anything. Mercury, remember, being the trickster, can have lack of information when it comes to these Neptune things that are going on. This is a square of, I don't have all the facts, and I shouldn't act before I have them all. There were some things that started happening around mid-December, and they have been building with all these close contacts with everybody in the holidays. We're all in the mix, and this is going to be an opportunity to, it'll be a win or a lose. And so I'm reminded of the Taylor Swift song that I'm the problem, it's me. Know that you will be the one to lash out. You will be the one to sign on the dotted line. You will be the one that makes the mistake because you fell for something, like the shady person. This could be being duped by something that goes on with your children. This could be duped by a lover. This could be duped by somebody trying to bring you into something where let's gamble or let's take a risk. So I'm cautioning you to slow down and pause around this time, because the energy can be very misleading for you. It's going to be an opportunity for you to stop, slow down, pause, and really look at what's going on. And so you don't have to beg forgiveness later or work to try and get out of this later. All right, so Scorpio, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my forecast videos that are specific to major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology readings. For a private consultation, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. Aries Sun and Sagittarius rising. This is going to be really big for you because it's in your first house of self. Everything is manifesting with who you are. It's your strength, your habits, your vitality. I always say that the first house is like your business card, or it's your website. It's how people see you, how you are presented to the world. It's your appearance, it's your power, it's your personality. Now, Mars here has you wanting to initiate and change and like, let's move forward with some things. And Mercury has you going back over some things. There could be things that have to do with the way that you look or the way that you dress, or your health habits, or projects that you want to put out. Remember, this is all about you and how you identify yourself. The square comes with Neptune in your house of home. It's your home, your family, your roots, your foundation, the people that feel like home. It's those people that shape you. It's your traditions. And so this might, like whatever's going on, this is angry words said to people that could be at home, or people that are in your home, or frustration that has to do with the foundation. This could be your real estate. This could be your property. Mercury and Mars conjunction is hot-tempered, venomous words said in the heat of the moment that you cannot take back, like you cannot unring the bell. And you're going to find out later that you just didn't have all the information, that things were unclear because we're just not meant to know yet. And this is going to be a time of stop and reflect. Easier said than done, way easier said than done, because this has to do with you and your home, like literally you and your home and anybody that's in it. And I'm reminded of the Taylor Swift song of "I'm the Problem, It's Me," because if you're lashing out, you will be the one who has to go back and apologize later. You will be the one who has to say, I didn't know, and why didn't you tell me? And if you would have just, instead of apologizing. So to avoid that, know that this energy started mid-December. It's been building throughout the holidays, and then you got this full moon letting everybody feel their feels, and it has to do with home. And then for you, the square to do with your home. This is like frustration and I've had enough. And so I'm asking you to stop and pause and breathe through this and get all the information before you move forward with a more level head with kinder, softer words. So I would love to hear about how this resonates with you, Sagittarius, in the comments below. For more, please check out the other videos that are specific to major transits. I invite you to join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. We're in Sun and Capricorn rising. Mercury and Mars are conjunct in your 12th house. Now, the 12th house for you is it's your dreams, it's your intuition, it's where we go for rest and retreat. It can be hospitals, it can be affliction, it can be institutions. It is our subconscious mind. It is the house where we go to rest and gather our thoughts and our ideas, where we either choose to go or it is pushed upon us. It's also the house of scandal. It is the house of hidden resources, but it can be called the house of self-undoing. And so knowing all of this, Mars wants to initiate some things. Mars wants to like clear out some energy, and Mercury has you going back over some things and reliving some things. And this could be bringing like people back into your life, or a time where you have to, it's like a forced slowdown, and you're not wanting to do that. Now the square comes to Neptune. Neptune is in your 3rd house of the way that you communicate on a daily basis and who you communicate with on a daily basis. It's also the house of your relationship with your siblings and your neighbors, and it's taking short trips and journeys. It's writing things and journaling things and acquaintances, and it's where we openly talk and share ideas with others. And so this could have somebody disrupting your peace, disrupting your healing process. This could have you out of anger voicing your opinion, or secrets unveiled of maybe you're in the hospital, maybe you were doing something in private, and you thought that others are finding out about it or talking about it, and you don't have all the information. Maybe you hear somebody gossiping, or you hear somebody talking and you think that they're talking about you, and then you speak out of turn or out of anger, and you're going to find out that the information is foggy, it's unclear, it's not having all the facts. And so I'm encouraging you to stop and pause and slow down, because it's lack of knowledge, and you don't want to have to apologize for speaking out and being angry with venomous words or actions, and then having to apologize later. The energy started picking up mid-December, and it's just kind of like building, and then this is like the release point. So I'm saying that it's like the Taylor Swift song, "I'm the problem, it's me." It will be. You're going to have to take ownership of this, that you will be the problem if you are the one speaking out of turn without gathering all the facts. It's about knowledge, and now that you have this information, stop, pause, and breathe, because everybody else is feeling this. On this day leading up to this, everybody is having this square where things are just unclear and foggy, and it creates times of discomfort and mistrust. And so I'm telling you, Capricorn, please give it a pause before you move forward. And that way, no angry words will be said. Wait for a time when you have more clarity and are more comfortable. So Capricorn, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my forecast videos that are specific to major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology readings. And for an in-depth reading of your chart, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. For Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, Mercury and Mars are conjunct in the sky in your 11th house of your personal hopes, wishes, dreams, goals, who you are networking with on a daily basis. The 11th house is these organizations, these teams, these groups that you belong to in order to volunteer or through work or through pleasure, as in, I want to join a reading group, or I want to join this group that travels, or that studies. The 11th house is people who share the same thoughts and beliefs and dreams as you do. And so being in this place, Mercury has you going back over like groups and the people that are in the groups, and Mars has you very assertive about, I'm going to get rid of that group, I don't want to negotiate with that person anymore, I don't want to talk with that person anymore, I want to finish this goal. It's the I statements. Mercury going back over will have you weeding through what are your goals and who do you share these goals with, like the path for where you want to connect and go to, because it's totally squaring Neptune in your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, your resources, your salary, your income, your talents, your values, your opinions. This will have you up in arms and angry, possibly with venomous words to someone who you feel that you network with or in a group with that goes against your personal values, or that will stop you to get to where you want to be financially. Remember that the second house being your self-esteem and your attitude towards these things, and it's your salary and your income, and your 11th house is your goals. You don't want to be sidelined for your goals, and you are driven with, this is where I want to go. And Mercury being retrograde says, I need to revamp some of these. These are not sustainable, and who do I do this with? And there's going to be some really unclear moments of people that you are talking with or sharing ideas with, that you network with, like on this daily basis, that have the energy's been building since mid-December until now. Now's when it's going to climax, and then it'll start to separate. That I'm encouraging you to stop and pause and breathe. There's a Taylor Swift song that says, I'm the problem, it's me. It will be. If you are the one who's initiating or acting out with the wicked words or angry things, just stop and pause. Do you have all the information, and is there a better solution that you can work around so that you don't have to, so that there's not a penalty to pay later, or that there's an apology that needs to be said later? All right, so Aquarius, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my forecast videos that are specific to major transits. I invite you to join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology readings. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. For Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, you are really going to feel this, because this is at the top of your chart. This is your career, your legacy, it is your public life, it is how you are seen in the outside world. The 10th house is your ambitions, it's your reputation, it's authority figures, it can be the government, it is your life path, It is your professional. It's things that you want to achieve and you wanting to initiate them. You saying, I see the bigger picture and I want to move forward. I want to do this. I want to clear out the path and make this happen. Mercury has you going back over things, and this could be going back over projects, going back over anything that has to do with you being in the limelight. This is a rethink, a review, rewind. Now, the square has everything to do with you. It's in your first house of self, your personal dreams, your personal, your strengths, your habits. It's your happiness, your health, your vitality, your personality, your appearance. Literally, you are taking everything personally. You are being seen in the outside public life, and it's feeling vulnerable and feeling that things are being said or done at your expense. Mercury and Mars together is offering you this opportunity to say, I don't have all the information that, and this could be a boss, this could be an authority figure, this could be you being the authority figure and coming down on somebody else and saying, you didn't do X, Y, and Z. You're the reason why this happened. So I'm reminded of the Taylor Swift song at this time of, I'm the problem, it's me. You will be, if you act out with the venomous words or the anger and the frustration, and it's going to have everything to do with a reflection of who you are, and you are not that person. And get the facts before you move on. And if this is an authority figure that's over you, then this will be a stop and pause in order to make sure that you can clarify the information later. Now, this energy has been building since mid-December, and so the holidays, everybody's getting together, and it's just like building, and now it's overwhelming, and feeling it and acting upon it. And so if you can pause at this time and say, I'm going to wait until this blows over before I act out, so I can act in more of a healthy manner, it'll be easier on you. So Pisces, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my forecast videos that are specific to major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology readings. For a private consultation, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe.